AskReddit by Cotmain. How will the UK cope with the Queen's passing? Put the fucking kettle on. The spike in the electricity grid graphic. She will respawn at a randomly appointed location and Charles will never be king. Theoretically, Charles could pull a trick where he covers Great Britain with slabs to make the whole place spawn proof. If she passes, or has already, today, we'll be welcoming in a new PM and new monarch in the same week. I'm not sure how that would affect me personally, if at all, but it's certainly going to create a chaotic transition period. Edit, and there we go. Announced almost as soon as I posted this. Politically, this couldn't be better for Liz Truss, right? Instead of spending her first 2 weeks dealing with the shambles of Conservative Party policy and practice plus the fallout of coming right after Bojo, Truss gets to do nothing but appear statesmanlike for a couple weeks, appropriately memorialize the Queen, hit the reset button on everything policy-wise, and start with a clean slate. Promote a pawn to the new Queen? Wait, can you do that? 625 days from outlasting Louisov. To be fair, he became a king when he was a child. Had the same happened to Queen Elizabeth II, she would have surpassed him in the 2000s. I guess Elton John will have to repurpose another old song. Maybe Crocodile Rock? And it seems to me, you lived your life like a crocodile rock. Never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Charles will be so excited to finally be king he'll kick over from a heart attack. Could you imagine being told from the time you're a young child, and one day you'll be king? Then 70 years go by and you're just like, what the fuck? Pub. Where we will discuss how many bank holidays we might get and whether having to meet Johnson and Truss on the same day is what finished her off. I would feel bad for Prince Charles. Guy waited 73 years for his first job, must be rough. Well, technically, Prince of Wales is a job. He just waited for the promotion. And once a man asked him about it and he said something like, "You're asking me if I can't wait for my mother to die?" I've only been to the UK twice in my life, but if I had to guess, drinking. They're going to drink about it. Edit, looks like it happened. Cheers lads and ladies, drink up. Shit guys, they have sussed us out. 90% of us are just wondering if we will get our extra day off work. Extra day. She's the Queen. I demand a week off. RIP. The pound will crash, inflation will skyrocket, wars will escalate with no peace in sight. Oh wait. By making shitty memes about it on Reddit and such. I swear if I find one of those memes where they Photoshop a load of people into heaven and she's in it. I can't believe I found out the Queen died through a fucking Reddit post. To be fair, this was posted about 2 hours before she died. I can't speak for the entire nation. I can only represent myself in such dark times, but I'll probably have some crisps and a wank. So, a typical Thursday? Those greasy fingers. Doesn't a royalty have to be made from her ashes, which has to be consumed by the new ruler within 24 hours to absorb her powers? That's just a rumor she started. It'll actually cause her spirit to take over the younger body and continue ruling. OPWTF did you do? I kinda have to laugh after reading all about these strict, formal protocols in communicating her death that I've just had a BBC alert pop up on my phone notifying me of her death. I'm in the US. I got a pop-up from my local news station. The first place I went to after seeing that was the BBC World News. Because I knew if it had happened, they would be covering it. I have to say one thing about the BBC that is far superior to us news. They report the facts as they are given them. The reporter's jobs are entirely separate from the political analyst job. It's extremely refreshing. She will be put on a golden life support throne, which requires 1,000 human sacrifices a day. Don't you specifically need suckers for that? You bastard, you did it. I don't know about the citizens, but the tabloids will find a way to blame Meghan. There will be another northern revolt with the French invading from the Channel. The Welsh will attack the Midlands and we will all be shagging sheep by the end of the year. Difficultly, she was our queen too. When I was 8 years old I wrote Her Majesty a letter explaining how much I wanted to come to England and meet her. I asked for a photo. I got a response from one of her ladies-in-waiting. That alone made me almost pee my pants, explaining the Queen is not allowed to send photos but a lovely card. The Queen's likeness was sent to me. And thanks for the nice things I said about her. One of the highlights of a nerd kid's childhood. They'll post the vacancy, but I don't think it'll be a fair and open recruitment process. They'll give it to some old white guy. Probably straight too. Word is it could be her son. Is that nepotism? With 2 bank holidays. 1 for funeral. 1 for coronation. What did you do? She's already dead, 100%. Wall-to-wall coverage without confirmation? Only means the family haven't been informed, so can't announce officially yet. Unless she's not and Hugh Edwards is going to be there in that chair for the next 3 days lol. Edit, called it. Well, this aged well very quickly. In the future, they'll ask where were you when you found out Queen Elizabeth died? And I'll say I was staring at a Reddit thread titled what do you think it'll be like when Queen Elizabeth dies?